Scorpio, you already know who I'm talking about. The moment you read the title of this video, a specific face appeared in your mind. A person who has been present in your life, but something inside you, that silent voice that never fails, has been trying to warn you about them. You've ignored these warnings because you didn't have concrete proof, because it seemed like paranoia, because everyone around you says this person is trustworthy. But your Scorpio intuition never deceives you, and it's right this time too. What I am about to reveal will validate every suspicion you've had, every moment of unease you've felt, every time your tense body told you something wasn't right. God isn't just warning you about this person, He is actively protecting you from them. Right now, as you watch this video, unseen forces are working to expose the truth and remove this false energy from your life before it causes the damage it was destined to cause. You didn't stumble upon this video by chance. You were guided here because you're ready to see the whole truth, even if it hurts. And it will hurt, because the person God is protecting you from isn't just any stranger. It's someone close, someone you trusted or still trust. Someone who has such a well-constructed mask that they fooled even the smartest people around them. But they couldn't fool your soul, and they can't fool God. Are you prepared to finally confirm what your spirit already knew, but your rational mind tried to deny? Scorpio, there's a reason your sign is known for having the sharpest intuition in the zodiac. You were created with an internal deceit detector that works like a sophisticated radar, picking up frequencies that other people don't even perceive. When someone is lying, you feel it. When someone has ulterior motives, you notice. When an energy isn't pure, your body reacts physically, a tightening in your stomach, an inexplicable tension, a sudden urge to get away. And you've felt this way about this specific person, haven't you? Maybe not all the time, because she's skilled at hiding her true intentions, but at specific moments, when her guard lets down for a few seconds, you pick up on something. A look that doesn't match her smile, a word that sounds too fake, a reaction that doesn't make sense with what she claims to feel for you. These glimpses of truth that you manage to see through the cracks in her mask. What you need to understand now is that these moments weren't your imagination. They were revelations. God was showing you the truth in small doses so as not to shock you completely all at once, as if He were accustoming your eyes to the light before fully opening the curtains, because the full truth about this person is heavier than you imagine. The intentions behind the mask are more calculated, colder, more destructive than you've been able to grasp so far. This person didn't enter your life by accident. They chose you deliberately. They saw in you something they wanted for themselves, your energy, your achievements, your connections, your light. And they carefully crafted a strategy to get close, gain your trust, and position themselves in a way that allows them to extract from you what they desire. It might be your reputation they want to destroy because they envy you. It might be your resources they want to access. It might be your position they want to occupy. Or it might simply be your luminous energy that they, operating at low frequencies, want to drain to feed their own inner emptiness. For Scorpios born between October 23rd and November 2nd, this deceitful person is disguised as a close friend or work partner, someone you see regularly who has managed to maintain the mask because constant interaction has created a false sense of familiarity. For those born between November 3rd and 13th, the deceit comes from someone in the romantic sphere or someone who presented themselves as an advisor or mentor. And for those born between November 14th and 22nd, this false energy is infiltrated in your family circle or long-standing relationships, making it even harder to accept the truth. But regardless of who that person is in your life, one thing is certain. God identified the threat even before you consciously realized it. And since then, He has been working silently behind the scenes of your reality to protect you. Every time that person tried to harm you and something unexpected prevented it, every time they planned something against you and their plans mysteriously failed, Every time you almost made a decision that would benefit them and something made you change your mind at the last moment. None of that was luck. It was direct, divine intervention. Can you remember specific situations where you felt protected by something greater, even without fully understanding what was happening? The protection God is offering you now goes beyond simply blocking this person's negative actions. He is preparing a full exposure of the truth, all the secrets, all the lies, all the manipulations that have been carefully hidden are about to come to the surface. Not because you will look for proof or investigate, but because reality itself will rearrange itself in such a way that the truth will reveal itself naturally, inevitably, in ways that will be impossible to deny or rationalize. You will begin to receive confirmations. They may come through other people who, without knowing you need to hear it, will comment on something that will connect the dots in your mind. They may come through situations where that person will reveal themselves without realizing it, saying or doing something that will finally shatter the illusion completely. They may come through documents, messages, or information that will reach you showing concrete evidence of what you always suspected. And when these revelations begin to come, it won't be an isolated event. It will be a cascade. One piece of information will lead to another, which will lead to another, until you have a complete and clear view, not only of the recent fraudulent actions, but of a pattern that has likely existed for much longer than you realized. You will look back and recognize signs that were there from the beginning, but that you didn't have enough information to interpret correctly at the time. Scorpio, I know that a part of you may be resisting this message right now. You may be thinking that you're exaggerating, that you're being too suspicious, that you should give them the benefit of the doubt. But listen carefully. This resistance doesn't come from your wisdom. It comes from the social conditioning that taught you to ignore your intuition, to distrust your perceptions, to accept only what can be logically proven. But there are truths that the heart knows before the mind can comprehend. And your heart already knows the truth about this person. What God is doing by protecting you from this deceitful person is not just sparing you a problem, it's offering you a profound lesson in spiritual discernment. You are learning to completely trust your intuition, even when everyone around you tells you you're wrong. You are learning that not everyone who smiles at you wishes you well. You are learning that some of the greatest threats come disguised as opportunities, friendships, or even love. This experience will transform you in ways you can't even imagine. It will teach you to set clearer boundaries. It will show you that it's possible to be loving without being naive, generous without being exploited, open without being vulnerable to manipulation. It will further sharpen your already powerful ability to read people and situations. And it will give you unwavering confidence in divine protection, because you will witness firsthand how higher forces work in your favor, even when you are not consciously asking for help. The reason God is intervening so directly in your life right now is because you are about to enter an extremely important phase of your personal and spiritual development. Significant opportunities are aligning for you, important purposes you will fulfill, and valuable contributions you will make. And this deceitful person in your life represents a direct threat to all of that. If they were able to fully execute their intentions, it could delay or even completely derail the plans the universe has for you. But that won't happen, because you are protected, because your mission is too important to be sabotaged by someone operating at low frequencies of envy, manipulation, or malice. The light you carry within you, that Scorpio intensity that either profoundly transforms or intensely disturbs, is necessary in this world, and God will not allow it to be extinguished or diminished by someone who cannot handle its magnitude. The process of removing this false energy from your life may not be comfortable. You may discover things that will shock you. You may need to make difficult decisions about how to deal with this person once the truth is fully revealed. You may face reactions from other people who don't yet see what you see, But through it all, you will feel an inner strength supporting you, guiding you, giving you exactly the right words and the right actions at the right time. Scorpio, one of the most powerful things about how God is protecting you is that He is not just exposing the falsehood. He is simultaneously preparing you emotionally and spiritually to receive this information without being destroyed by it. You are being strengthened from within, even if you don't consciously realize it. Your resilience is being increased. Your capacity to process betrayal and disappointment is being expanded. Your ability to forgive without forgetting, to let go without becoming cynical, is being refined, because the truth is that this experience could leave you bitter, closed off, unable to trust anyone again. But that is not the intention of divine protection. The intention is to make you wiser, stronger, more capable of discerning between authentic and false energy from the very first contact. You will emerge from this situation not as someone wounded and defensive, but as someone powerful and discerning. Someone who knows exactly with whom they should and should not share their precious energy. The signs that divine protection is active in your life are already appearing. You've probably noticed that this specific person is beginning to reveal themselves more. The masks are falling more frequently. The contradictions between what they say and what they do are becoming more obvious. Their energy in your presence is becoming more uncomfortable, harder to ignore. This is no coincidence. It's the light of truth beginning to shine brighter, making it impossible for falsehood to continue hiding in the shadows. You may also have noticed a growing desire to distance yourself from this person, even without clear, logical reasons. You may be feeling a need to create more distance, to share less, to protect yourself more. This is not paranoid distrust. It is spiritual wisdom. Your internal protection system is reacting to the real threat it detects, even if your conscious mind does not yet have all the information. Trust these impulses. Don't fight your own intuition trying to be fair or give it another chance. You've already given enough chances. You've observed enough. You've questioned your own perception enough. Now it's time to honor what you feel and allow God to complete the work of removing this false energy from your life. Your only responsibility is not to resist the ongoing process of revelation. Are you willing to finally place your own perception above the opinion of everyone else who hasn't yet seen what you see? Scorpio, an important truth I need to share with you. When the full revelation happens, and you finally have concrete proof of what you've always felt, some people around you may not understand your reaction. They may think you're exaggerating, that you should forgive and forget, that you're being too harsh. Don't let these opinions make you doubt what you know to be true. These people don't have access to all the information you have. They haven't felt what you've felt. They haven't grasped what you've grasped. They don't have the responsibility to protect your energy the way you do. You have complete permission to completely distance yourself from this person once the truth is revealed. There's no need for dramatic confrontations, no need for lengthy explanations. You don't need to convince anyone that you're right. You can simply choose to no longer allow this energy access to your life, your resources, your confidence. And this choice doesn't make you a bad or merciless person. It makes you a wise person who values their own peace and protects their own light. The protection God is offering also includes guiding you to true connections that will replace the false one. As this person leaves your life, you will notice that space opens up for genuine, authentic, mutually beneficial relationships. People who value you for who you truly are, not for what they can get from you. People who operate on the same frequency of integrity that you operate on. People whose masks and faces are one and the same because they don't need to hide who they really are. And these new connections will clearly show you the contrast between relationships based on truth versus relationships based on manipulation. You'll wonder how you managed to tolerate the heavy, false energy for so long, when the light, real energy is so obviously different. You'll realize you were so used to the falsehood that you had forgotten what it's like to feel completely safe in someone's presence. During this transition process, it's important that you keep your spiritual practices strong. Pray, meditate, talk to God about what you are feeling and perceiving. Ask for guidance on how to proceed. Ask for courage to act according to what will be revealed. Ask for protection, not only physical, but also emotional and energetic. And above all, give thanks for the divine intervention that is happening even before seeing the full results. Gratitude is powerful because it acknowledges that you are not alone in this situation, that there is a higher power actively working in your favor, that you are valuable enough to deserve this active protection. And this awareness will give you an inner strength that no false person can touch or diminish. Because when you know that God is on your side, no human scheme, however elaborate, has real power over you. Scorpio, in the coming days, pay special attention to your dreams. Often the truth that your conscious mind is still processing first appears in dream symbols. You may dream of situations that metaphorically represent what is happening. Snakes that seemed harmless, revealing venomous fangs. People wearing masks. Situations where you are being warned or protected by figures representing divine protection. Don't dismiss these dreams as random. They are messages from your subconscious and the spiritual plane confirming what you need to know. Also, observe the synchronicities that will begin to appear more frequently. Conversations you overhear by chance that speak directly to the situation you are experiencing. Articles or videos that appear to you dealing with themes such as falsehood, divine protection, betrayal. Songs whose lyrics resonate deeply with what you are feeling. None of this is a coincidence. They are confirmations that you are on the right path, seeing the truth correctly, being guided appropriately. One thing that might surprise you when the full revelation happens is discovering that other people also suspected this person, but didn't speak openly about it. You might find that you weren't alone in your perceptions, but that everyone kept their suspicions to themselves. And when the truth comes out, these people will reveal themselves and share their own observations, creating an even more complete picture of the deceit you were perceiving. This will bring you relief and validation. It will confirm that your intuition wasn't wrong, that you weren't being paranoid, that your perceptions were accurate. And it will show you that even when you felt alone in your suspicions, there were others who also saw it, but who, like you, were waiting for more clarity before acting or speaking openly about what they perceived. Scorpio, what makes this divine protection so special is that it doesn't infantilize you or treat you as if you were too fragile to handle the truth. On the contrary, it honors you as a being strong enough to receive difficult revelations and wise enough to know what to do with them. God isn't shielding you from reality. He's giving you access to the whole reality, including the parts that were hidden, so that you can make informed decisions about who deserves your trust and energy. This is a very powerful form of protection because it gives you back the power of choice. Instead of being manipulated by someone operating in the shadows, you will be able to operate with complete knowledge. Instead of being a victim of deceit, you will be a conscious agent making deliberate decisions about your relationships and boundaries. This is the difference between being protected like a child and being equipped like a spiritual warrior. And that's what you are, Scorpio. A spiritual warrior, someone strong enough to face difficult truths, courageous enough to act on those truths, even when the necessary action is painful, wise enough to transform experiences of betrayal into lessons of discernment. The protection you are receiving is not because you are weak, it's because you are important. Your light, your energy, your mission, all of that is too valuable to be wasted or sabotaged by someone who cannot operate on levels of integrity. When all this is over and that deceitful person is finally out of your life, you will experience a lightness you didn't even remember was possible. You will realize you were carrying a weight you didn't even know was there. the constant tension of trying to decipher someone who was deliberately confusing you, the exhaustion of trying to make a relationship work when the other person had hidden agendas, the weariness of constantly doubting your own perception because what you saw didn't match what the person presented. All that burden will fall away at once, and in the space it occupied, you'll be able to cultivate light, joyful, mutually nourishing relationships. You'll be able to invest your energy in people who value and reciprocate it. You'll be able to trust without constantly being on guard. You'll be able to relax knowing that the people around you are exactly who they say they are. Are you ready to experience this level of peace and authenticity in your relationships? If this message has reached you, it's because you're exactly where you need it. Share in the comments if you've already identified who this divine protection is alerting you to. You don't need to name the person, but expressing what you're feeling in words will help you process it and will support other Scorpios who are going through similar situations. Often we discover that we are not alone in our experiences, and this discovery brings comfort and strength. Subscribe to the channel because this revelation is just the beginning. You will need guidance on how to heal after the truth is fully revealed, how to rebuild your ability to trust, how to use this experience to become even stronger and wiser, how to transform a situation of betrayal into a powerful lesson in discernment. Turn on notifications to receive this ongoing support throughout the transformation process you are experiencing. Remember, God is protecting you from this deceitful person not only by removing the threat, but by giving you clear vision, inner strength, and sharp discernment. You are not a victim in this situation. You are a powerful being equipped with the truth so that you can make wise choices. Trust the process. Trust your intuition. And above all, trust that you are valuable enough to deserve active divine protection in your life, because you are.